Let's go. Jesus. Oh. This is a Porsche Taycan, the manufacturer's first full EV. In this video, I'm going to explain why watching this as a Tesla owner probably isn't a good idea, show you a few of the Taycan shortfalls, there isn't many, and you'll see me enjoying myself in a car that's performance and handling is well and truly in a league of its own. You'll probably get to see that performance a few times. It's very addictive and very, very fast. I could talk to you about swage lines and curves, but in fairness, the pictures really speak for themselves. The Taycan is absolutely beautiful, and its fastest and most expensive variant, starting from just shy of £140,000, it will literally pull the skin off your face to 60 miles an hour within 2.8 seconds, whilst delivering 750 horsepower. And this will continue to a top speed of 162 miles per hour. But the real acceleration happens after 50 as its 2-speed rear axle comes into play. I've had first-hand experience of this, on a private road of course, and the feeling you're being hit from behind by a small semi-detached house just about sums it up. I really enjoyed my time with the Porsche Taycan, and I hope you do too. Please remember to check out our other videos and click on the subscribe button and click on the bell icon so you get notifications each time we upload another video. This video is brought to you in association with Just EVs, where this car and many other new and used EVs are available for sale and test drives. Hi folks, and welcome to another episode, and welcome to a lay-by on the side of the Sun Road in Wiltshire, and welcome to the Porsche Taycan Turbo, not S though. I don't know if you can hear that noise that's just fired up. That is the artificial noise that makes it sound like it's got an engine running. If I just turn it to sport mode, it turns off. If I turn it to Sport Plus, you might hear it over the traffic. And I quite like it. It's very Jaguar I-Pace-esque, very similar. They've definitely sort of copied that kind of as the speed increases sort of noise. Now, I'm not one for reviewing cars that I think are massively overpriced and that 99.9% of the population can't afford. I just think they're silly, but unfortunately they do sell. You know, Porsche sell a lot of cars and they're selling a load of these, and for good reason. Because although this is a Porsche, and largely Porsches are impractical, they're boys' toys, this is actually a really, really practical car. It's got a frunk, albeit quite small. They've made use of some of the space. It's got a good sized boot, and you can comfortably get 2 passengers in the back, probably in comfort enough to do some decent journeys. Also, the build and finishing here is absolutely top class. It's what you'd expect. Although I have noticed that these window switches are a little bit tinny, and I mean, the window squeaks. Another thing about Porsches is the way they handle, and this handles beautifully. I'm driving down these nice little twisties in Wiltshire, and it's very, very well planted. Directional stability is great. I can let go of the steering wheel now and it will just hold that line. It's holding it absolutely perfectly. I mean, the steering wheel's not budging, and that's nice. It gives you a bit of confidence in the car. But when you do go into the corners and come out the other side, you feel that you've got some good grip. I know that the S version has rear steer on the back axle, and this one doesn't have that, but you know, for most people that's not even going to be an issue. In terms of range, this is, I'm going to say, way under. At the moment, I'm consuming 51.3 kilowatt hours to do 100 miles, which tells me I'm probably going to get about 150 miles out of it. I'm not driving it stupidly. I've given it a few squirts, but no more than I would do in our Tesla. And that, to me, means that it's bloody inefficient in the grand scheme of things. I think if I drove this sensibly, I might be able to get 200 miles out of it, but I don't think you're going to get any more than that. I think that even that's a push. But let's be honest, not many people are buying this to smash it around the country. They want it for a toy, don't they, to hoon it around. And that it does very, very well. Now, charging speeds. You can charge at home using your normal 7 kilowatt unit, but it also supports 11 kilowatt AC, and it's got a charge port both sides. This side here on the drivers is just your AC for your home charging or your public charging, and then if you want DC rapid, you've got CCS on that side, and it will support 225, which is pretty quick. I've got to say though, I had that out of my Tesla Model 3 yesterday. Now, I know I'm comparing it a lot to our Tesla, but they're in the same sort of ballpark for acceleration, speed, and all that business, battery size. So it's like the best thing I can compare it against. If you look at something like an iPace, the iPace does 100 kilowatts, I think, so it's way above that. So if you are going to rapid charge this, you're going to get a shifty on quite quick. Now let me talk to you about a few of the negatives, and there are a couple, there are with every car, but the few things that I think Porsche probably could have done better with. I'm not a massive fan of all this screen layout. I like this, I love the instrument binnacle, I think that is very well done. And then you've got a touch screen down there, but then you've got another one here. And again, that's kind of iPace-ish. Sort of too much going on it for my liking. I mean, this is just a personal thing. You might like it, so don't think that because I don't like it, you won't. You might do. But for me, it's just a little bit too much. The other thing is the window switch, which I've touched on already. It feels like it's come out of a child's toy, probably a Kinder Egg. I reckon that actually that's not going to be long before that breaks or fills with rainwater, because every time I open this, I just seem to find it drips in the door. You might even be able to see some of the rainwater that's ran in and just stained the door interior card there. Something else that's negative is the wipers. They just feel like an afterthought. They come up, there's a bit of play, and then they sweep back down again. There's almost a bit of a delay as they get to the top, and the wiper spindle flies through its stroke, or the motor gets to the end of its travel and then winds back. They just seem a little bit stuck on, and it's raining quite heavily at the moment, so I'm getting a full use of them, and I can see that they're just not that great. They're clearing the screen okay, although this driver's wipers bloody sweeping and rattling around. But all that said, it's 60 miles an hour now. I'm just going to put my foot down. When you put your foot down, it goes, and then a second wave comes in, and away it goes again. That took the heebie-jeebies out of me a little bit. So I think that, yes, maybe this is quite on par with the Tesla Model 3 up to 60, but I think when you go beyond 60, this is going to kick it into touch quite easily. I feel like I need to do that again. Oh. Oh God, that makes me want to buy one. Holy moly. That kind of mitigates the crappy wipers and crappy window switches. That is nice. Very, very, very nice. You're probably just going to have to bear with me a second while I just enjoy this little experience. Now, another real plus going in favour of the Porsche is it runs an 800 volt system. So the difference between that and a 400 volt system is obviously it's got double the voltage, but when you increase the voltage like that, when you double the voltage, you halve the current, and that means less heat but more power. So with that, in something like a Tesla, back to the Tesla again, when you start launching it and giving it the beans, it will create a lot of heat, where actually this one will create less heat, so you'll get less restrictions. And you can definitely feel that. As much as I give this car the beans, it doesn't seem to ease up. It seems to be able to just go, yeah, come on, let's have it. Just all that whining and noise going on at the back is just, I really like it. Did you hear the way it changed? I could feel the torque vectoring going on there, and the way it changed between the front and the rear. Oh, it's nice. I'm driving down the dual carriageway now at 60 miles an hour, and it's absolutely a beautiful place to be and sit. It's very smooth, it's very quiet. It makes you feel like you're doing about 30, even though I'm doing 60. But you know that actually if you turn this little knob down here and turn it into Sport Plus, all hell breaks loose. And then if you put your foot down, that happens. And let's be honest, as a Porsche owner, that is what you want, and that is what you're going to get. Porsche have been very clever here and timed their execution perfectly. It's as if they've taken all the good stuff gleaned from the EV industry, put their take on it and developed a gem. Why wouldn't I want to watch this video as a Tesla owner, you ask? Well, as a Tesla owner myself, and if I could afford it, I'd have one, even with the NAF range and wipers. It really does have that effect. It's doing to me exactly what a Model S did almost 7 years ago. Admittedly, we have to thank Tesla that I'm even able to drive an electric Porsche today, and I'm sure deep down Elon approves. Yeah, it's expensive and it doesn't have the supercharger network to back it up, but that's changing and rapidly. But we also need to thank Porsche too, as they're giving their customers a chance to drive an amazing supercar without burning fossil fuels, and the Taycan has ultimately raised the bar of what's possible and what's ultimately better. The good news is this will push a reaction from other manufacturers, Tesla included, and that's only a good thing for us, the consumer.